Dear Diary, it's my first day here on campus at Penn State University, and I haven't even packed my stuff away, but I still managed to embarrass myself exponentially. Of course, it's move-in day, and I'm trying to make as many friends as possible, and I meet these two girls on my floor. We do the whole, what's your name, where are you from, what's your major, and obviously, we start talking about parties and whatnot. So, one of the girls mentions that she's from State College, and I ask her, are there any good places to lime around here? For a minute, I thought I was speaking a foreign language. I sigh, knowing that this would be the first of a year's worth of explaining what lime means. To hang out, like to chill or to socialize. I had never really thought much about the word until that day, and I faced a burning desire to learn all there is to know about the metamorphosis of lime. So I set out on a quest to find out the history behind the Trinidadian lime. I first consulted the internet, but didn't find much assistance there, so I went to the source, or as close as I could get to it, being 2,340 miles away and all. I consulted the Trinidadian dictionary, courtesy Cotala. As the story goes, lime made its landfall in Trinidad during World War II, when the American soldiers set up base in Chaguaramas, Trinidad. A vitamin C deficiency was very common among the soldiers, and scurvy was a popular disease, so the naval officers would all just chew on limes and get their share of vitamin C. In a nutshell, their habits became well known, and commoners would see them sitting under trees with their limes and refer to their actions as liming. As the soldiers began having drunken dalliances with prostitutes and the public became more aware of their social habits, liming was used to describe all of their social interactions, and the slang soon spread throughout the land. I have lived in Trinidad for 20 years, and I still didn't even know what the definition of lime was or even where it came about from. So I took to Twitter to find out if my other Trinidadian counterparts knew much about the word. I wanted to know how many people actually knew the origins of lime, as it's used in Trinidad, of course, and what the modern-day definition was. Is there a standard definition? I found the following answers. They used to call the Europeans who sailed there limers, and when they saw them hanging out together back in the days when they would sail everywhere, they'd suck lime to prevent scurvy. And then someone else co-signed, it's true, sailors would put lime in the rum, hence the term liming, which would imply some sort of social gathering. I then asked the Trinidadian masses for a standard, all-encompassing definition of lime, and I got the following. Lime means to congregate and socialize with friends in various environments, usually in the proximity of alcohol and music. Socializing and hanging out were among most of the prevalent answers. One person even defined the word using Trinidadian dialect, which made me wonder if lime has been so inherently Trinidadian for all these years that maybe it could only be truly defined through Trinidadian lexicon, because that was the only way the definition could be truly internalized and comprehended. I was curious to see how other people use lime, and now that from the definitions, lime basically involved hanging out, socializing, friendship, and close relationships, and I wanted to know, did everybody use this word the same way as I did? So again, I consulted the Twitterverse. Some people said, the smart choice right now would be to go sleep, but instead I shall stay up liming. Then other people said, yes, where we liming? Somebody else said, met some past students from Eldo Blue, the first batch of students from 1979. We liming by Supernova's Steel Orchestra. Even companies like Cara Brewery, the makers of Stag Bear, were in on the liming action. They tweeted, so where we liming? Liming was definitely a common thing and everyone did it, regardless of age, sex, or class. But what was even more interesting was that regardless of the communicator, the message was always communicated effectively. Liming was a secret code, a colloquialism that only a true Trinidadian could decode. It was as formal as an actual party, or maybe just two friends going to get pizza. Liming covered the entire spectrum, and it was up to you to figure out where your event was placed. Liming was more than just a word. Liming is a lifestyle. So lime with me. Till tomorrow, diary. I'm gonna see if I can find some new friends. Love, Safiya.